Hi folks, here we are in Rogers, Minnesota. This is just north of Minneapolis. You're going to get a lot of road noise because we're right along the interstate here. But they have a cool sign here. There's a Model A two-door sedan up there, 1930 or 31 Model A two-door sedan. And this is Ellingston's, and they have over 100 classic cars in there. There's all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's some rare stuff that you don't see. There's big classic cars, you know, Accords, Cadillacs, Packards, all this kind of stuff. There's 57 Chevys, there's more common stuff like that. There's a lot of Corvettes and stuff, Mustangs, you name it. So we're gonna walk around, show you what there is, and I hope you enjoy the video. And we'll just jump in there and get at it. Well, we're gonna jump into the main room here. Here's a nice looking Packard right up here in the front. It's a 1933 5-passenger coupe. Price is $70,000 on that one. So we're gonna show you as many of the signs as we can. I think we'll show pretty much all of them. Show you the prices and the information. All you gotta do is pause on there if you want to see it. That's an E-code Thunderbird with the dual carb 312 on there. You don't see those around every day. And we got another Packard over here. Nice convertible here. Runabout. It's 1929. There's your price and all. Quite a car. Got the dual side mounts. Classic Packard styling. Nice open car. Got the golf bag door there. Rumble seat steps to get in the back. Great looking Packard right there. And as you can see, there's a lot of cars in this room, and there's also another room out front that we'll get to. There's a Cobra here, 90 grand on that one. So most of the cars in here are for a advanced collector, and they're all ready to roll. They got a full-time crew working on stuff, so they get them all running and driving. If they get them in and they need a little something cosmetically or mechanically, they get it done, and I'll then put them out for sale. There's a 65 Cutlass 442, 400 cubic inch on that one. And they get some really impressive stuff like this one here. You will not see one of these on every corner. It's a 1953 Muntz Jet. There's all your information. 100 and a quarter on that one. Pretty rare car. Don't know that I've seen too many of those for sale. And here's a little Studebaker Champ pickup. This is a V8 model. It's not your typical six-banger. This one's got the V8 engine in it. Nice looking Studebaker pickup there. All ready to roll. There's all your information. It's a 1960. And it's got a V8 engine. That's a big plus on one of those. Here's the owner here. He was mentioning some stuff on it to me. Here's a 1957 Ranchero Ford. Basically a car pickup. Kind of looks like a station wagon with a pickup box on the back. And this is a 57, so they got the single headlights, got the rear opening hood. There's all your information on it. Now we had to do a talk over after the fact here because there was music going in this building, so I'm just editing the video now and going to talk over these things with you. Got a Cobra here. Nice little roadster. You can pick your colors. You got two Cobras there. Now here's one of my favorite muscle cars right here. It's a Dodge Challenger. This one's a good looking one. This one just arrived, and you can see the windows popped out there. They got a little stuff they got to do to this one before they price it and stuff, but you know, you'll have to get a hold of them on that one. So there's a few of them that say that, but most of them have the prices right on them. Here's a 60 Corvette. 110 on this one. 283 small block in there. And they do have a big website too that you can go look at a bunch more pictures, or you can email them or whatever. You know, we're just kind of taking a quick glance because we're running short on time here. They're closing here in a little bit, so we got to get this done. So we're not going to sit here studying every car for 15 minutes because that would take forever, but just give you a quick glance, show you the prices and stuff. And if you're interested, you can go to their website, which we showed you early in the video, and check them out. Got a Mustang here. This one's just arrived as well, so they haven't got a price on that one. This is a full-time place, so they're buying and selling stuff. You know, they're not just sitting here in storage. They're actively selling them. Here's a Bentley Saloon, 80 grand on that one, 1961. Good looking Bentley. And look at this. This is the, I don't remember what they called it in the movie, but I think this was in the movie Dumb and Dumber with Jim Carrey. That's the dog-mobile there. And you can see him driving that in the movie. It's got the shag carpet on the dash even. So there's no price on that one yet. Not sure what something like that would be worth. That's kind of wild. And over here we got a couple Crosleys. This one is already sold. They're ladder trucks, fire trucks, highly restored. All the chrome, look at the chrome axe, you know, the fire extinguisher, everything on it's all restored. Chrome on the bell. Take you a lot of money to restore one of these like this. There's all your information, 1952. And like I say, take a lot to restore one of those, you know. May seem like a lot of money, which it is, but try restoring one to that quality, you know. Here's a 1957 Oldsmobile Super 88 J2. Nice looking convertible right there. And we got a couple on the rack here. We got a Corvette up top. And we got a Studebaker down below here, Gran Turismo. Good looking Stud right there. This one's a 1962, 35 grand. Got the 289 V8. And let's see what we got over here, a Volvo. This one's just arrived, so there's no information on that one. Good looking Volvo though. And we got a Cadillac up on the rack there. Good looking Caddy, 4-door hardtop. Over here we got a nice Jeep. This thing is really nice. I mean, look at the restoration on this. Nicer than it was new. Price is $40,000. There's all your information. 1955 Jeep. But that thing is tip-top shape. Really well done. All in the military colors. And you can see we still got quite a few to go in here. There's some nice classic cars in here. There's all kinds of stuff. Kind of an unusual little three-wheeled car here. And he was telling me that they're going to be the new dealer, one of the only ones in the country on these. So they got a deal set up with the Morgan company, and they're going to be selling these. So they got this one, and there's two more up front. We'll show you in a little bit. So if you want a Morgan and you're in the United States, you're going to have to catch these guys because there aren't too many dealers around. And we'll keep cruising down the aisle here. Look at the interior in there, all leather. Nice tan leather. This one's just arrived as well. Maserati. Pretty nice car right there. And we got another Caddy here. This time it's a convertible. There's the original dealer right there. That looks great with the silver and the black top. Great looking Cadillac right there. All the chrome, the wire wheels. Really impressive. 1956 Eldorado Barrettes. Quite a car. And we got a little 32 Ford Sport Coupe here. Looks like a stock 32 Ford. There's all your information. So many have been hot rodded or street rodded. It's nice to see one that's restored to original. And we got another Studebaker pickup. This is one of those Studebakers we've mentioned a few times that uses the Dodge pickup box. There's all your information there. 1962. Notice the square box, it doesn't really fit the cab so well. Well, that's, you know, towards the end of Studebaker, and they started buying Dodge. They bought the rights to the Dodge box, I guess is how it went, and started putting that style pickup box on them. Here's a London taxi here. Sterling coach limousine. Oh, I guess it's a limousine, not a taxi. And we got another convertible here. 442 Oldsmobile. You can see Parker over there taking a couple pictures. He was having fun in this place. A lot of cool stuff. This one's a 1970. Black on black. Black interior, black paint, black top. A couple white stripes there to top it off. Good looking Olds right there. Just kind of panning around the ones on the lift. There's a bunch of them there, and we're going to shoot down there, but we'll catch these over here first. Got a little Mustang convertible here. 289 V8 Mustang. No information on that one. Wow, this one's impressive here. Nice big classic. This one's a Cadillac, 1931, and it's a V12. Four-door Phaeton. It's a dual cowl as well. Notice the second windshield in the back with the second cowling right there. Nice car, all highly restored. Great looking car, ready to roll here. Got the wind wings, got the dual side mounts. Nice mascot out there. Love those headlights. Got the little adjustment screw at the top. There's the V12 emblem. Nice big driving lights out front too. Quite a car. Here's another one that's just arrived, so they haven't figured this one out yet. Cadillac. Another good looking Caddy convertible here. This one looks good with the maroon interior, the black paint. Black paint is nice if you got a car that the bodywork is up to snuff, but they really got to be straight and solid to get away with it. If they got any imperfections, it shows it all in the black. There's the back end of the 32 Ford there. There it is, Eldorado. And we got another convertible here. This one's also got dual side mounts. There's all your interior. Got the agate shifter knob. Just arrived on this one as well. So this one's a Cadillac. Good looking Caddy right there. That's the era stuff I like. Stuff in the mid to late 30s. You know, they've made a lot of adjustments as far as mechanics. I don't know what's going on with that header there. Looks a little lumpy up on there. But maybe it's just missing a finish piece or a trim piece up in there. And we'll scoot down this aisle. Got a little LaSalle there, but first we got a Mustang on the end. Price reduced. 36 grand on that 66 Mustang, 6-cylinder, automatic. And here's the LaSalle. This one's a coupe. It's already been sold. So that one's already going to a new owner. Look at the Chrysler here. This is impressive. Nice Town and Country Woody. 70 grand. 1948. Now that's another car. If you got one of these in the rough, try doing all this woodwork and restoration on this for $70,000. That isn't going to get you very far. I mean, you'd spend every penny of that, and that's assuming you get the car for free. That's what you know. I get a kick out of some people commenting on a video here or there. Try doing that chrome. That's a big die-cast chrome grill on that. There's probably $5 grand worth of chrome in that car. And all that wood and everything. Look at this one, Chevy with the Impala hood ornament, the deluxe hood ornament. This one's just arrived, and it looks like they're going to put an interior in this one before they get it for sale. It's a convertible, and it needs to be finished off inside there. There's all their door panels and stuff. I think they got the seats being recovered, I'm guessing. But anyway, like I was saying, it's quite a feat to restore a car, and you really can't. You know, if you're paying somebody else to do the job, it seems like, you know, it's going to cost $40,000 or $50,000 to restore about anything these days, you know, if you're doing a total restoration. Here's a good Hummer truck. Ice cream truck, a little Ford. That's a cool truck right there. Notice the plug on the front to keep the refrigeration unit going. Pretty cool. You don't see those around every day. 1969 F-250. Here's another little Chevy here, two-door sedan. This one doesn't have the info on it yet. Good looking Chevy right there. And we got a airflow sedan. Notice the visor on there. That's kind of an unusual visor. I've spotted those at some swap meets. This one's a DeSoto airflow. And I had one of those visors at one point. You don't see them very often. They're kind of three-dimensional. You know, it's stamped, but it's like a hollow core in the center, where most visors are just a single flat piece. It's kind of an unusual style visor. I don't really know who made them, but I did own one at one point. Here's a supercharged Cord Sportsman convertible. Nice classic car right there. That's front-wheel drive. Got the flip-up headlights. They call those a coffin-nose Cord for obvious reasons. And the Sportsman convertible is a really sought-after car. Here's a Chevelle SS. This one's a 1970 convertible. And it's a big block. Fuel-injected 454. Looks like it's got modern, maybe some more, you know, updated powertrain on that. And we got a Lincoln here. Just arrived on that one, Lincoln Continental. That's quite a car right there. Nice hardtop. Black and white interior, black exterior. And we got some more classics over this way. This is impressive here. Look at the paint scheme on this. I'm not really a big fan of the colors on some of them, but this one here looks really good. There's all your information. And it's a Dietrich, so it's a custom body, 1934 Packard. That's quite a car right there. Look at the size of the bumper ends on that thing. Love the headlights on these too, the V-shaped headlight with the Packard shape to the top of them. Even the little parking lights on the fenders have that Packard grille shape on them. Quite a car right there. And we got another convertible sedan here. This one's another Packard. 1937. There's your price, $160. Nice looking Packards. And we'll keep scooting down the aisle here. Here's another convertible sedan. And another one on the end. So they're all convertible sedans in this aisle here. This one's a 37 Cadillac. 75 series. And this one here is a Pierce Arrow, 1936. That's getting towards the end of the Pierce Arrows. That's pretty cool. Look at the driving lights in there. It's almost like another headlight in there. They're quite large. There's your engine and all. Nice and clean under the hood. Got another Packard on this side. Looks like another 12-cylinder V12. 300 grand on that one. Convertible coupe there. And we got another Cadillac here. This one's a sedan. V12. It's a Fleetwood, so one of the fancier models, 85 series. 60 grand on that one. The V12 engine adds a lot to the value. And we got another Cadillac here. Another V12 as well. 75,000 on that one. Fleetwood. And we got another Cadillac here. They're cornering the market on Cadillacs and Packards in this place. Nice classic cars. 1940. That one's another convertible sedan. And we got some Corvettes in a row here. This one's a 2000, 50th anniversary. And here's a pace car. 98 pace car right there. And here's an older series one. 64. There's all your information. 327 under the hood. Really an impressive place here. I was surprised to see all these cars, you know, all the classics and nice muscle cars. Here's another Packard. This one's got a Rolston body, so it's got a European look to it. And this one's a Packard Darren. This one's a 120. 250 on that one. So that's another custom body. That's a really valuable car there, hence the price. There's a little Packard, the little Darren emblem. Quite a car. And we got a couple Fords here. 44 Deluxe up on top, convertible. And we got a 55 Fairlane down here, Victoria. So that's a two-door hardtop. We got to get down this row here fairly quickly because, like I said, we're running out of time here. They're going to shut down. Got a Plymouth up top, convertible, Belvedere, 1957. And we got a Malibu on the bottom here, SS. Price reduced, it says. Here's another Cord up there, 1936, another Sportsman convertible. You won't see too many car lots you go into and they got two Sportsman convertibles, I'll tell you that. This is Z28 Camaro, 1973, 60 grand on that one. Another Chevelle here, 72. Malibu, 70 grand on that. It's another convertible. And we got a LaSalle up on top, 28 LaSalle, Phaeton. Sold, it says there. And we got a Buick here, 47 Buick Super Convertible. That's a smaller model Buick, or not the big Roadmaster. Here's a Dodge here. This one's a 1956 station wagon. Coronet Sierra wagon right there. And we got a Ferrari over on this side. Look at the see-through hood on there. See the engine right in there, mid-engine. Well, I guess there is a sign on this one. Just arrived. So this is just north of Minneapolis, so there must be some serious automotive collectors up this way to be stepping up to some of this stuff. I'd love to have any one of these. That's a New York special there on top, the Chrysler. Got a Mustang down here. 2014. Camaro over here. There's all your information on that one. 68 Camaro. And we got a Woody up top. Plymouth Woody wagon. 1949. Look at the Coke cooler and stuff up on the roof rack. It's got a sun visor on it. All the little trinkets. There's a 58 Ford Sunliner. Galaxy convertible. And we got an Oldsmobile on the bottom here. This one's had the price reduced. 56 Olds. And from there we'll jump back into the middle here. I guess we didn't show these couple on the end here. We'll show you these. Another Corvette here. 98 Corvette. And here's another Corvette there. They got the straight six in that one. 1954 Corvette. This is an unusual little car here. It's got a Surrey top on it. Got wicker seats in it even. It's a Fiat 500 Jolly, 1959. Don't know that I've ever seen one of those. Here's a big 59 Caddy convertible. You can spot those a mile away. Got the big fins with the taillights sitting up on there. And we got a 58 Chevy Impala convertible here. This one's got the 348 big block. And we got an Oldsmobile convertible. Nice little Olds convertible there. Here's a Lincoln convertible. They really specialize in the convertibles and classic cars and stuff in here. It's really, like I said, an impressive place. Not the Caddy on the end here. That one's already sold. Eldorado. And we got a Corvette here. Another convertible. This one's a 1966. And we got a Packard Woody wagon here. Now, if you don't want to step up to the price of a restored one, I have one of those Packard Woody wagons that needs to be restored. It's a project car that we're looking to sell. You can get a hold of us. Got an Olds here. Got a Buick here. Nice looking Buick right there. Here's another one of these Morgans that they're selling here. This guy says they're the dealer for these. Got two more of those Morgans like that. Got the Batmobile here. This one is priced at $300,000. Batmobile replica. Got a 57 Chevy convertible here. And a Pontiac Bonneville convertible. That's a fuel injection Pontiac up there. $130,000 on that. $130,000 on the 57 Chevy. And here's a 3100 Chevy. Price on that one is $50,000. It's a 1951. Got a nice little Corvette here. This one is $90,000 on that 57 Corvette Resto Mod. Another 57 Chevy convertible here. They've got the market cornered on these. $90,000 on that. Price just reduced, it says. 283 V8 automatic. Got another Corvette here. And it looks like a Kaiser Darren up on top there. Let's see if we can catch that. 1954 Kaiser Darren up on the top there. $100,000 on that one. $130,000 on the 2023 Corvette. And we got a 58 Impala convertible here for $190,000. This thing is nice. Nice interior in that. Got the dual antennas, Continental kit. Nice looking car right there. Look at the nice Hudson sign on the wall. Porcelain sign. $110,000 on this one. It's a J2 57 Oldsmobile convertible. Well, we got a 56 Bel Air here for $125,000. And we got another Munce Jet here. $140,000 on that one. That's a rare car there. You don't see those around every day. And one more Mustang here. $46,000 on this one. 66 Mustang convertible. And the guy's got all kinds of collection there, emblems and posters and stuff on the wall. But anyway, that'll finish it up. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please give us thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate all the interaction. Give us comments and stuff, and we'll see you on the next round.